What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Comic Jaunt. We are a part of the lovely BS Podcast Network. I don't know what else to say. Laters.
Ladies, gentlemen, subscribers, and listeners, weighing in at a gentleman never asks and a lady never tells, Haven the Whisper Rain, and her tag team partner, Jason the Nova Sean Carl. And you are listening to As the Heel Turns.
As that intro has just stated, this is As the Heel Turns. I am your promoter, Jason. And with me, the current reigning and defending heel turn champion, Haven Rain.
Hey.
Here every week, ladies and gentlemen, every week.
Every week.
Champ. He's been showing up a lot more recently.
He has, surprisingly.
He's showing up to be a dick, but he's showing up all the same.
He even took the mic. I was like, what?
Right.
Really?
You know, every time he picks the mic, he cusses somebody.
He's the worst, but
that's not who we talking about today. There is no wrestling recap this week. This week, we're going to talk about a specific somebody who is the most polarizing wrestler since John Cena. Who we talking about, Miss Haven Rain? Who we talking about?
We're talking about Roman Big Daddy. It's his yard now, Reigns. And I got a lot to say because people get me so tight. Now,
to let you get into that, I'm just going to give you a recap. This Mr. Roman Reigns, whether you like him or not, he's a draw. Like, let's just get that out there. Because people talk about him. Let's be honest. Even if you hate him, he's a draw. People want to see him.
Mm-hmm.
His feuds are always important. They're always important. He made Sheamus relevant again. So come on.
He did.
Now, the reason I wanted to do this episode was for a long time, we've discussed, and people have discussed Roman turning heel. I have come to the conclusion that he will never be a heel. Attempted murder this week. Hold up, wait. Premeditated murder, because he thought about it.
Listen, in his defense, he was just fed up. He was tired of all the BS. You know what I mean? He just wanted Braun to leave him alone. So he had to teach him a lesson. He had to teach his ass a lesson. That's it.
We learned that, and we learned that Raw's in shambles. Kurt ain't got no control of nothing.
Man, Kurt he never had control of it, I don't think.
He needs to stop texting and start paying attention.
His life is falling apart. He can't control his workers. He got secrets about to come out. It's bad to be Kurt.
Hey, I laughed at a meme that I saw earlier about Roman.
What did this say?
Roman, when he walked after he almost killed Braun, he said, "Don't worry, this 2 years in jail finna be a breeze."
Oh my gosh. I didn't even see that one.
Like, it's funny. He literally tried to kill Braun, threw up the deuces, and left.
Yeah, he definitely walked away. He was creeping away in the background.
Like, Kurt did nothing to stop him. I'm mad that Kurt got mad at Miz for, interrupting somebody else. But Roman tried to murder a superstar, and he gets a title shot.
Listen, he wasn't even trying. He was just trying to rattle Braun up a little bit. He wasn't trying to kill him. Let's be sure of that one, okay?
Are you sure? Because he was trying to rattle him. He was stuck around a little bit longer.
He was like, listen, he wasn't trying to be there when Braun woke up.
I'm not finished with you. No, I'll be finished with him. I'm done with him.
He's done. He better be finished with him because the next move is he throwing Braun off a bridge. That's got to be the last move right there.
Look, they gonna fight forever, literally.
No, they're literally like Peter Griffin and the chicken. I don't want to see it. I'm done with them.
They fight on sight.
Yo, literally, it's crazy. It's really crazy. They should pull some old school wrestling like that. Like, remember when Stone Cold beat up Booker T in the supermarket?
Yes.
They should literally have Roman out doing something random, and Braun sees him and just straight attacks him. Like, I'll be crying. They fight everywhere. I would love it.
I would absolutely. Honestly, if they ever do that, y'all can mark my words. If they ever do that, I will never bash that licorice belt again.
Right. Well, maybe when they get off Brock.
If not both of them. I think one of them, if not both of them, are going to hold that title in this next year. I guarantee.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we know Roman's definitely going to get it. It's just, is he going to get it before Braun? Which I hope so, because don't get me started on. But I'm not going to say it. I'm not even going to say it.
See, I think he's going to get. They're both going to get this year because, and we'll get back to the topic. Because he is when they signed him, he had one of the highest developmental contracts they've ever given. The only one close to him was Brock.
He's talking about Braun?
He made more in developmental than a lot of wrestlers on the main roster made on the main roster.
That's crazy.
He got signed to $450,000 a year.
Not bad.
Yeah, because they like his size. I know you don't like him, but he's all right on the mic. Can you admit he's all right on the mic?
I cannot help you with that.
We tried, y'all. We tried.
Can't do it.
We tried. I don't want to get into the moveset because I remember your rant about his moveset. Freaking kip up. That's it? And y'all popping for a kip up?
I was so pissed off that week. Like, really? Y'all fucking writing home about that?
Yeah, they were.
Done. Arm drag? Why was they so excited over an arm drag, though? That's wrestling 101. Like, if he can't do that, he should have been ashamed of himself.
Like, in his defense, it's like Big Show doing a drop kick. If Big Show does a drop kick, I'm popping. Because...
Listen, an arm drag is not something a big guy should be excited that he can do. A kip up, maybe, but I'm still not. It didn't do nothing for me, you know?
What if he hits you with a standing moonsault? Hit you with Apollo Crews?
I mean, if it happens, we'll cross that bridge. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see that happening in the future at all. When he hit somebody with a drop kick, I think it was Bray, and he drop kicked him in his belly button, and they was excited. I was like, really? I was done.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, why do you hate one of the top faces? He pretty much is the top face on Raw. But I'll have to say this, and then we'll move on to the topic. One of the reasons he's top face, let's be honest, besides his size, is this is Raw. I mean, what do you really got to pop for? Like, let's be honest.
Ooh. It's not much going on Raw.
You got Joe. I'm still mad about Joe. Look. I guess we're doing a wrestling recap before we get into this. I personally was not a fan of the Sunday match. Simply because, first off, bell to bell was 6 minutes and 25 seconds. I am tired of seeing Brock go out here and wrestle shorter than power ballads. Like, to cook an egg before his matches are over.
But you know what? I'm wondering, maybe he can't go that long anymore. Like, Brock is not super young either anymore, you know? So maybe he don't got it in him.
Look, he need to go away.
That's what I say. I don't mind him going away at all, but they love him for some reason. And
I'm gonna say this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say this because people are like, "Oh, it's a great dream match," and blah blah blah. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. In this past year, dream match with Samoa Joe and Brock, and SmackDown gave you Cena and AJ. We know which one's the real dream match.
Exactly.
Because one of them went on 6 minutes. The other one was a contender for match of the year. I'm just saying.
And it sucks because I know Brock and Joe could have did so much more. Like, yeah, I don't know.
The thing is with AJ, and this is I like 3 of the 4 people I'm going to talk about. Not Brock. I'm just saying that right now.
It's not Brock.
AJ has either maintained or gotten better with age. Cena has gotten better with age.
He has.
He's crisp.
That surprised me.
Joe, as much as I like Joe, he's even admitted that he's gotten slower over the years.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the dream match we were wanting like 03 Brock versus like 04 Joe. which would have been breathtaking. That would have been amazing.
It would have.
But, like, you know what's funny? I wouldn't want to see 03 Joe. I wouldn't want to see 03 Cena versus 03 AJ. I would not want to see that, though.
Oh, it's maybe not. Like, right now, I feel like Cena is maybe the best he's been as far as wrestling wise. You know, like, he keeps giving us new stuff.
And for some reason, because even people who don't like him who've wrestled him say, no, the way his style works is he can complement anyone's style.
Yeah, he can. He's good at that.
He really, that's why him and AJ can work, because AJ could get a 5-star match out of a brooms. Don't put him with a wrestler. You'll get a 6.5-star match if you do that.
Right. Because AJ is definitely top notch. And that can't be debated.
Right. Like, they put on such a good match at the Royal Rumble that, like, I wasn't even mad that AJ lost the title. It was just that was a damn good match.
Yeah, every time they fought, it was great. That's why when John Cena came out on Tuesday, I was like, yes, we getting this on SmackDown. And then they played us.
You played yourself.
Right?
I was getting hyped. That's why I went on the mid-card mess. I was like, look at SmackDown, must-see TV.
Right. They was about to reward us. And then they was like, nah, not yet.
And it's all about presentation. Because if you think about it, Raw gives away a dream match every week. But we're just like, eh.
Yeah, because it's not done properly.
Yeah, like, if you had told us 2 years ago we get Samoa Joe versus Roman Reigns, we would have been like, oh, snap, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going around the third time in a month and a half. We're just like, eh.
Yeah, sad face for Raw is all I can actually say.
Like, man, I missed it this past week. I had to catch it on repeat. Apparently I didn't miss much. I saw my man Matt act all broken, which was good.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, he's like, we need to make magic. Yes.
I was like, it's coming. They're going to get that broken thing going soon.
Yep, we got the Revival show up. I didn't know where those jokers have been. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm at the best tag team match I have ever seen in my entire life. I thought about it all week long. Straight up, just technical wrestling was the second time the Revival fought DIY. That match literally had me on the edge of my seat. I was like, anybody could win.
That was a damn good match. I can't even lie.
I was just like, this is amazing. It had heart. It had psychology. All their facial expressions were on point. It didn't last too long. It was perfect. Best tag team match I've ever seen. Like,
it really was good.
But on to Roman, because that's the topic of today. Go ahead, give me your piece on Roman. Spit fire. Let them know.
Listen, I'm so tired of Roman haters. So tired of Roman haters because they would say the same old shit. He can't wrestle. He's trash on the mic, right? When in reality, his matches, like you said, are big matches, right? He's giving you great matches every time. Like, when was the last time Roman actually had a bad match, if ever? You know what I'm saying? Like, and the thing is, they're just mad because he was chosen by Vince. And it's like, why are you so mad? You don't work there. He's not stepping on your toes. You know, like, right. They make it so personal. And it pisses me off because Roman had one or two bad promos, and now he's trash on the mic. Like, what about all the other ones where he's been fantastic? It's been short and sweet. You know what I mean? When he's able to be himself, Roman is pretty damn good on the mic. And like I said, his in-ring work has improved tremendously.
Oh, yes.
AJ said he's one of his favorite people to wrestle. So if the greatest is vouching for Roman, how can you even say he's bad in the ring?
Like, exactly. You know me. I like in-ring. Like, mic work is fantastic to me, but I like the in-ring action. If you can knock me out with that, even if I don't like your character, I'll be like, nope, you got me.
You got me.
With one exception, but we're not going to talk about him. I can't stand him. He's the most overrated legend in the history of legends. But
I know who you're talking about.
Oh, that man you think I'm talking about? It's not. No, you don't know who it is. I promise you.
It's not him?
You don't know. Nah. It is that the person I don't like wears purple. A lot of purple.
Currently or back in the day?
Back in the day. Look, I don't like the Hitman. I don't like the Hitman hard. Let me explain.
He was boring as hell. I'm so sorry.
Cause he always looked bored too.
Yeah, that's so true. He was always so bothered. Like, I'm over
Look, I can't be into your match if you're not into your match.
Right. I mean, he was great with the technical work, but his mic work, no thank you.
Trash. That's the only way to describe him. But he's the greatest. Greatest what? His mic work, terrible.
Not the mic.
I always tell people he's only in the conversation because of nostalgia. Because let me tell you right now, yes, he could wrestle. He could be good at wrestling, but ring psychology, 0. Charisma, 0. No. You know what you are? You're Dolph Ziggler minus charisma.
Ooh, that's harsh. That's harsh.
He's a legend. Don't get it twisted. But I wouldn't pay $1.50 to see him wrestle. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, I can't even be mad at that. I can't be mad at that. Or
my friend was like, "Well, you don't want to. What about him and Stone Cold?" Well, that's because Stone Cold got ring psychology. Next.
Right. I was about to say, I'm watching it for Stone Cold.
They're like, what about Shawn Michaels? That's Shawn Michaels. That man oozes ring psychology. Next. And he was like, you can't, if you don't name, there's like 5 opponents that people usually name for Brett. And they're like, what about these matches? Dude, again, psychology or in-ring presence. They're either on his par in-ring ability or they're beyond him with charisma.
Yeah.
Like, what about him and Owen? Owen had charisma.
Yeah, he was so good.
Brett, y'all ain't telling me nothing about Brett, but it's not about Brett. It's not about Brett and his charisma-less ass. Like, overrated. Just overrated. Anyway.
You're about to start a fire with that one, I'm telling you.
Look, please. Tell me your favorite Bret Hart promo and then come at me. Anyway. I'm not talking about him back and forth with somebody. I mean, they gave Brett a mic. Brett started talking, and you were like, that's the best promo I've seen. Not even all year, all night.
Never. It's not going to happen.
You know what? I'll be even simpler. The best promo you heard that hour.
Wow.
Brett weak sauce promo. Anyway, that's why I'm easy on Roman. Because, like, man is great in the ring. That's my biggest thing. Great in the ring. Fantastic. He's got ring psychology. He does. Like, people don't think he does, but he does.
He does.
And he has a presence. That's one thing that a lot of wrestlers don't have. When he's in the ring, you just think, okay, this is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whether you like Roman or not, you know, let's be real. On Raw, whenever he's in a match, this is the main event. It don't matter when it takes place. This is the main event.
Right.
Even at the pay-per-view that came past Sunday, we know Brock and Joe were coming out last, but one of those got 15 minutes of the show. The other got 45 minutes. So, y'all, we know what the main event was.
Right. It ain't no, we know.
And like, the biggest problem that I think, because I was discussing with somebody else, why people don't like Roman is, and I completely understand this, he doesn't have an opposite. Every wrestler to get booed or cheered needs a strong opponent. And I think the strongest opponent he ever had up till Braun was Bray. Because him and Bray, they worked. So,
yeah, they had some good matches.
Hell, Bray's one of the few people who's beaten Roman clean. That's a short list.
Nah, it is. That's a real short list.
But and like the fact that gave Bray, people talk trash about Bray all they want, but I just learned this past week. Bray is the only person to have cleanly pinned or even pinned at all 3 members of the Shield.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, he needs a quality opponent. That's why people are really hyped for him and Braun, because they made them equals. Or
yeah, they did. They tried anyway, because I wasn't sold, but I hear you.
But like, and what's funny is they're adding that kind of Attitude Era comedy stuff where it's like that cartoonishly flipping the truck, the ambulance.
Right? That was outrageous.
Oh man. But go ahead, keep talking.
Listen, I just need Roman haters to actually have a real reason not to like him. Because like I said, every time they have a reason, it's some old shit. And it's like, oh, what about that promo where he said, I'm like, how many years ago was that though?
Mm.
How many great promos has he had recently? You know what I mean? He's pretty damn good. How many freaking amazing matches has he had? Way more than bad matches.
That's true.
And then it's like you don't have to like how he's booked, because sometimes the way Roman is booked is so stupid. I can admit that. But to not like somebody because of their booking is kind of like you're basically liking him for something that's beyond his control.
Right.
Not liking.
And like,
so it's like, if you want to be specific and say, oh, I hate how Roman is booked, I'm okay with that. But to just be like, oh, I can't stand him because of this, and none of that shit is true anymore, you look stupid, and you look just like a hater. Like, and I hate using that word, but that's what they look like, you know?
Yeah, and like I like to akin a lot of Bray Wyatt fans to Roman Reigns fans in the regard that Bray's the opposite. He's not booked the greatest
At all.
but his fans overlooked that. Yeah, he really isn't. But his fans overlooked it. I mean, they are giving some shine. He beat Seth twice. One of them was straight up clean too. Like,
this was so shocking.
Straight up clean. Like, no interference. No, he just headbutted the man and pinned him. I was like, oh, okay.
I'm amazed.
Y'all let Seth lose clean? What?
Right.
Seth don't take clean. He didn't give Kevin Owens not one clean loss. But Bray getting what? One? Okay. But anyway.
They be violating Kevin Owens. I feel like he loses quite often, man.
The reason they do that is because he's in the same territory as Bray, where like because of his presence, he has a Jake the Snake and Roddy Piper feel where he don't gotta win a lot. Because a lot of people don't realize is Jake the Snake and Roddy Piper did not win much. They didn't win a lot. They lost 2/3 of their matches, but their presence made it to where you could pop them in the main event and it's believable. If Kevin Owens right now was to walk in the gym and was like, hey, I'm challenging you for the world title, we'd be like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, nah, that's true. That's definitely true.
But he really hasn't won a match since, what was it, Backlash? No Mercy?
I don't even know, but I do still like Kevin. Like, certain people, losses is not really going to hurt them.
Yeah. Yeah, some people, Roman, here's some people who can take losses and it won't bother them. Honestly and truly, Bray, Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, John Cena, and Roman Reigns. These people can lose all year long, just jobbing left and right. They can win the world title. You'd be like, okay, yeah, I believe that. That's cool.
I mean, Sami Zayn too, because they love Sami so much.
Oh, dude, he's so over. Like, it don't make no sense.
Sami is my guy.
And like, I love Sami too, but think about it. Man ain't won for real. Like,
I know.
Like, besides him getting those 2-3 wins over Baron Corbin, he ain't really won on SmackDown since getting there.
And it sucks, but like I said, as long as it don't hurt him and he starts winning and keeps winning, then I'll be fine.
I don't know. We gotta see if he's gonna overcome the power of love.
He better.
It's to the greatest love. I'm sorry.
That's your song, really?
I was jamming out that song earlier. Not gonna lie, because it's so ridiculous that I have to laugh. Because it's ridiculous.
Oh, 100% ridiculous.
But those two are actually kind of funny because I saw them on like Xavier Woods like show, whatever. Those are. I want to be like them. Like, in all honesty, because they are adorable. But because they're with each other, they're very real and honest with each other, and like they're goofy.
Oh, that's the best type of couple right there.
Because they had one where she was like it was like on her Snapchat or whatever. She was like, our hard decision we have to make as a married couple is where we're gonna live, because I always talk about a real place to live, and he is turning the camera to him. He was like, blah, does that. Baby, where do you want to live? He's like, I would live in a tent.
Oh my gosh. I'd have been like, boy, if you don't get out of here with that.
She's like, he's been saying he wants to live in a tent for 2 weeks now. But Roman's booking is, I mean, I guess it's turned off a lot of people. It's kind of like the Cena thing. Like, Cena was unstoppable for years.
No lie.
And the thing that helped him was he had a great opponent. One of his greatest, if not his greatest rival he's ever had was Edge.
Oh yeah, I did like that.
Because those two, they think about it, they fought forever.
No lie.
Like, looking back now, these people fought like on site.
That's how it needs to be. You got that real hatred for somebody. You just, every time you see them, it's going like how Sami and Kevin Owens are.
Right, exactly. And
I love that.
So hopefully Roman and Braun can be like that, or Roman and Braun, Roman and Seth, Roman is somebody, because he needs an opposite that when they show up, people are like, oh shit, what's gonna happen, and people are gonna be guessing who's gonna win. Like, in all honesty, in this feud right now, all these matches they've had, you can be like, I honestly don't know who's gonna win.
Yeah, I know. I was surprised. I was surprised he lost that ambulance match. I really was. I'm
mad he jumped in that cartoonish
clown ass. I was like, really, Roman? This is what you do? Fine. He made up for it though.
Yeah, try to murder a human being.
He did what he had to do, right?
My friend said it wasn't murder. He said, I said, explain. He said, well, Braun is obviously a monster movie, like a movie monster. So Braun was slaying the monster. He's like Frankenstein. He was killing Frankenstein. I was like, that's a bad example because Frankenstein was the victim in that movie.
But he's right though. Like Braun was the bastard, the monster trying to kill Roman every week, and Roman was like, you know what, I gotta be done with this. So we're gonna crash into a pole with you in the back.
That's true. Remember that meme that I sent you, where it was talking about that, where they what did it say? It says something along the lines of, oh God, what was it? Because people were like, oh, that he murdered him. He's a monster, blah, blah, blah. How could Roman do this to dude, and blah, blah, blah. And the meme was like, wait, hold up. You mean the guy who was torturing Roman?
Right. He threw Roman off the ramp. Like, honestly, I feel like what Braun did to Roman was worse. He was tied to a stretcher and thrown off head first off a ramp. Like, Roman could have died. Like, if it's real life. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You would think eventually Kurt or somebody. I think Kurt was in charge at that time too.
I think
Foley was.
I
think they would have done something. Right. Wow, Mick Foley over here about to suspend somebody for talking back to him. We got whole murder going on.
And Kurt is just like, I don't know what to do.
Hey, I'm just saying, SmackDown wouldn't let that roll. We banned somebody already. We suspended them without pay.
Right.
Those two, man. They are on site. You're right. The chicken thing. They are fighting on site.
Yeah, they really are. And I just want one day for Roman to get the respect that he deserves because these haters, it's getting old. Even the gender haters are getting annoying. All they can say is he's on the juice or he's a bum. And I'm like, number one, you don't get leaner. I don't think you lose mass when you take steroids. You know what I'm saying? Like, he toned up and cut up.
You took steroids, you started losing weight. Hold up.
Like, I don't know where that happens at. And, I mean, I can understand he was a bum for sure. I won't deny that. But once you start winning matches back to back and you're beating people like AJ and Sammy and Randy Orton and you are the champion, how are you still a bum?
Exactly.
It doesn't make sense.
It's called paying your dues. That's what that's called.
Right. He paid shit.
I mean, and he's doing good. He's getting better every week.
He is. I liked his match this past week on SmackDown against Ty.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty good. I was like, okay, you pulling out some extra moves, Jinder. I see you.
Okay, go ahead.
I see him, So he's only gonna get better, and I think he's about to be 31 this month. Like he's so young.
Oh man, so, he's just 30, man.
Yeah, I think his birthday is July 19th. Don't ask me how I know.
Oh wow.
But he's still pretty young, so he has time to improve. And I mean, it's annoying. I know we're supposed to be talking about Roman, but the gender hate is just as bad. It's just as bad. They're really like, oh, I wish he would have got built up a little longer. It wouldn't have mattered because you still would have called him a bum.
Exactly. That and the surprise of him winning added to it.
Exactly. It was like, wow, that was some shock value right there.
Like, if you were saying he got built up, look at Baron Corbin. When Baron Corbin wins the title, because he's definitely going to win it.
Mm-hmm.
Won't be as impactful because they're going to spend like 6-7 months building him up. I'm like, you're going to be shocked, but not like, oh, he's Mr. Money in the Bank. I saw that coming.
Exactly. Whenever you got Money in the Bank, you're literally guaranteed that championship, so no, you shouldn't be surprised anymore.
Yeah, like 2 dudes have lost. One was John Cena, who didn't need it. So
he didn't need it.
Yeah. And like it's to the point where a lot of these people, it's cool if you hate them for good reasons, but saying Roman can't wrestle is like saying AJ Styles can wrestle. You're being foolish. Yeah,
very foolish.
Like there are plenty of wrestlers who can't wrestle, and there are plenty of wrestlers who refuse to wrestle.
Brock
Lesnar. Now, when he and that's the thing. I think it's a mistake having him go against Brock because I know what they're doing. The 2 monster, big guys fighting it out, 2 gladiators or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But The problem is Brock's one of those people that you either like him or you don't like him.
Yep.
Like, people don't really pop. Like, I guess people kind of pop for Brock, but not like, oh my God, it's Brock Lesnar. More of those, oh, cool. Hey, Brock's here this month.
Right, finally.
And Roman, I think a lot of people boo Roman because it's the thing you do now.
Yeah, it's literally, I'm explaining something to you. I went to the Madison Square Garden show on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say Roman got the loudest reaction of the night, that is no joke. So, before he came out, they booed or whatever. But when he came out, we did cheer, And then during the match, when he was like in a headlock, the whole building was like stomping, getting behind him. Like it literally shook. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, they didn't do that for AJ. They didn't do that for the Hardys. Like, no. Only Roman.
I've seen that.
People just be cool. Just like when they do the whole you suck chant to Kurt or the John Cena sucks. I don't think nobody even means it. They're just doing it to do it.
Yeah, it's just something you do now. Like, it's literally just something you do.
It's annoying,
like,
but
Cena thing now. It's just playful. Nobody dislikes John Cena anymore. It's real, like, legitimately. Let's be honest. It's really hard to hate John Cena.
It is. I mean, I don't really want to see him win too much, but he's cool.
And because inside the ring, I mean, the man is in the best ring ability he's ever had. His promo skills are still good.
Mm-hmm.
He puts over people.
Mm-hmm.
That man has gotten a clean loss so many times last year.
So many, like I was like, wow.
He let Bray Wyatt pin him clean. AJ pin him clean.
Mm-hmm.
Dean Ambrose pinned him clean.
Which I did not understand, but okay.
Look, he putting people over left and right. So we're good with him. We ain't got no complaints. And in real life, he's out here doing charity work. Man,
yeah.
I can't watch them videos. That's too much for me, man.
Aww.
I saw that one with that little kid who's like, he had a lot of complications.
Mm-hmm.
He legitimately, John Cena was his favorite wrestler, and he was like, well, this Saturday, if you're free, John Cena's going to see you. And like the little kid was like crying and like dancing to his music. I was like, oh no, I can't.
Gotta cut it off. I got to go.
I got to go.
Yeah, but John Cena's pretty dope. Like, and it was funny. People like, oh, Cena gonna come back to take that belt off of Jinder. I'm like, no, he's gonna come back to put Jinder over. Like, that's what Cena does now.
That's what he does. And even look at it. People were mad that he beat AJ for the title. He held the title for like a week and a half.
Right.
And then he put somebody over with it. Like,
and I think it's because I don't know if he's gonna actually get it one more time to beat Ric Flair's record, but I think he wanted to tie because he probably won't be getting that belt anymore. Like he's doing a Rock situation. He's going out, he's doing movies, he's doing TV shows. He'll come back to wrestle, probably to put some guys over, and then he's gone again. He's definitely not full time anymore. That's not
exactly. Because what he's doing now is he's coming back. He's a free agent now, so he can put over as many people as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And I got no problem with that. He wants to make sure, unlike, there are a lot of legends I like in history. There's a lot of legends. But let's be honest, a lot of the Attitude Era legends didn't put nobody over before they left. They just left.
Right.
Like, be it like a Rock situation where like, hey, I'm doing bigger things, or Stone Cold situation where he's like, yeah, I'm done. They just left.
Mm-hmm.
Cena's like, look, I'm already 1 foot out the door. Like, he didn't say that, but we all know.
Yeah, we do.
He is, but he's going to come back and put people over. He put over Bray, put over AJ big time. Like
even now, the way he, shook AJ's hand and lifted his hand up in the ring, like.
Exactly.
He's here.
When he fights Roman, I am very interested in that crowd reaction.
Yo, you are not the only one, because I'm so curious to see how they will react.
Because, like, I without question, I think Roman's gonna win at least the first bout.
Mm-hmm.
As much as Cena puts people over, he always wins at least one match.
I know that doodle head.
So I want to see what's gonna. Because here's something I noticed: you can tell who the big star is because they never tap out.
Oh yeah, never.
Undertaker has. No, don't get twisted. Undertaker has absolutely tapped out one time. But
But he was biker taker, right?
Yeah, he was biker taker. And, like, it didn't count as a tap-out loss because it was a draw. Mm-hmm. But he's only tapped out one in, 26 years of wrestling? What?
Sheesh.
Hogan's tapped out once in all his time, and they were to the same guy, Kurt Angle. So...
Because Kurt is that man, that's why.
Right. And, like, I want to see if... Will John Cena, when he gets his win over AJ or over Roman, because he's going to get one, you think it's going to be a pin, or do you think it's going to be a tap-out?
It's going to be a pin. It's no way Roman taps out. Like, I can't see it. I can't physically see that happening.
See, I don't know. This is Super Cena.
He is. You're right. But, I mean, Roman is Superman. Like, I don't see him tapping.
See, the thing is, I like this thing because they've built up Roman to a point where, like, when he fights people, they put over Roman by building him up and having him be invincible. But what they don't realize is the reason they've done this is because they're going to put him in a position where if anyone beats him, they're automatically put over too.
Yeah.
Like when Finn beat Roman, we all bought into him being Universal Champion. Oh, you beat Roman Reigns clean? Oh yeah, you're definitely a contender. Like,
that was beautiful.
No question. Dean's first legitimate win as champion is when he won that triple threat and he pinned Roman. People were like, he pinned Roman Reigns? Well, yeah. Like, Roman is at that point where if he does take losses now, they put over guys. He is 0-2 against Samoa Joe. That makes Joe a main eventer.
It damn sure does.
Like, how many people say, because he was like, no one could beat me. Ask all these people. And Joe's like, ask me. You ain't never beat me.
Right? Like, what you talking about, man? And I'm okay with that because Joe is a total badass.
Yeah, he really is. And, like, that's what makes Roman's matches special because you don't expect him to lose. But when he does lose, it's a big deal.
Yes, it is. I agree.
And the thing is, he's not bad in the ring. His mic work is getting much better because they're, like you said earlier when we were talking, you said he's a tweener now.
He is. There's no way he's not.
Yeah, I mean, again, I have to reiterate, murder.
And he comes out and he lets you know. He said, what was it, 2 weeks ago? He said, I'm going to be number one contender because this is my yard now. Like, there's no faith saying that.
Exactly. He comes out and says, it works, though, because tweeners were always interesting to me because tweeners can fight anybody.
Yep.
Austin could fight anybody because he wasn't a good guy. He wasn't a bad guy. He was just Austin.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this tweener thing is going to give people are going to complain. We want him to be healed, blah, blah, blah. But like Triple H said, isn't he already?
That's the reaction he gets. And he's acting like one. Like, he's not really here to please you people. He's here to do what he has to do.
Unpopular opinion. I've liked the way they've booked Roman since WrestleMania with one hiccup. I did not like that interview where he was like, I respect Undertaker. I want him to come out there and say, I retired the old bum. That's what I want to hear.
Say some disrespectful shit.
Like, they gonna boo you. You retired the Undertaker. They're gonna boo you. There's no way they're not gonna boo you out that building.
Mm-hmm.
You could have been Stone Cold Steve Austin in his prime, and they would have booed you out the building.
Oh, for sure.
But, like, other than that, I liked it. I think what hurt Roman in the very, very beginning was, remember when they used to write him cheesy lines?
The worst lines ever.
When he said suffering succotash, I was like, no, that's not.
I was done, but.
What they messed up with, Cena can do it. I'm not trying to compare it to, but Cena can make even the stupidest lines sound funny.
I wouldn't even have bought that line from Cena. Like, that was the worst line imaginable.
Yeah, and then he called Sheamus a jar of mayonnaise, which was funny, but mayonnaise is not. It's not.
It's not. It doesn't sound cool. It doesn't sound cool at all. Like, The Rock maybe would have gotten away with it, and it would have been believable because that's what The Rock did his whole career. He said a lot of weird, goofy shit.
Yeah. The Rock is like us. He says weird things that don't really make sense.
Right, but you can't give that line to Roman, who was just a badass in the Shield. Like, you can't give him a line like that.
Right. Like, nobody knows what a Rudy Pooty jabroni is. What is a Rudy Pooty? That doesn't make any sense.
It don't work.
And I think being related to Rock doesn't help him at all.
No, it don't. It doesn't. Not at all.
Because, number one, they compare him to Rock. And they're
two totally different characters.
And I don't crucify me, but I'm tell you right now, this is just my personal opinion. Roman is 1,000 times better in the ring than Rock ever was. Like, go back and watch Rock. Like, go back and watch Rock's matches. Rock could do some good moves, but like, he wasn't smooth.
I hated his sharpshooter. Not gonna lie.
Oh, that terrible garbage! That garbage sharpshooter.
Hated it.
And like, even though I like his selling. So that stunner selling was ridiculous. Like,
it was, but it always makes me laugh. Like The Rock was over the top with the selling.
And one thing about Roman is he has moves that look like they hurt. Rock did not have moves that look like they hurt.
Yeah, not really.
The people's elbow.
Trash.
Did you hear the origin of that? Do you know the origin of that move?
Yeah, I watched the video where Triple H told it.
Like, really? That's what we go. That's so ridiculous.
I mean, but it worked for him, and it became his thing. But it was not a good move.
Because he has a character so strong. Like, you can tell nowadays, because we live in a society where you can't make too specific sex jokes about people.
Yeah.
Rock can. He walked into a whole nother man's wife and made jokes about her cheating, and we laughed.
But I think it's because of what era The Rock is from, and it's like we know that's him. So when he comes back and says these things, it's like, oh, my childhood, But nowadays, you can't do that if you're anyone else. Not really.
You can. You really can. No, you definitely can't. No one else can get away with that. I think the best way to build up Roman, I like they moved the Usos to SmackDown. Because at first I was like, why'd they move them? No, it's good because now he has no fam. Because before, it did kind of bother me when they were fighting the club that him and the Usos rolled together. Because I think it hurt them.
Yeah. It was making people boo them.
Yeah, because the thing is, when you look at the Usos, you think of Rikishi. Like, that's their daddy.
Mm-hmm.
You think of The Rock and that family, but it doesn't hurt them because they're completely different monsters than The Rock. They're tag team.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're completely different. With Roman's thing is he's the main eventer. He's the world champion. So you're comparing him to the only other world champion in his family. I think the best way to bury all that is I want the match. I want The Rock to go against Roman Reigns. I want that. I want full heel, or not full heel. I want Roman to talk smack to The Rock. Like,
I would love that.
I honestly think that I'm not saying he could hang with The Rock, but if they do like a Cena-esque role, because like as much I love The Rock, don't get twisted, I do love The Rock. Rock got by like 5 jokes that he repeats.
True.
And that worked for most people. It did not work on Cena.
Nah, because Cena, he comes with that heat too.
I don't care what anyone says. Like on the mic, when they had that feud, I ain't saying all time. I'm saying they had that feud on the mic. I felt bad for your boy Rock.
Dang.
Because when he blasted him with that line where he's like, I don't need to write my script on my sleeve. Ooh. The Rock started stuttering too. He got roasted. That was the end of that. I was like, oh, raise that man's hand. He won this rap battle. That was the page line of that year. It was
right. That was a line, man.
Ooh. But like, I think with Roman, all Roman's got to do is if I was Roman Reigns and I was talking trash to The Rock, I would talk trash about either his in-ring skills or the fact that he lost just as much as he won. Because his record ain't great neither.
I have to see his record. I haven't seen it.
My friend made a good point. He said, if you ever used to watch those old pay-per-views, if you saw Stone Cold fight, you knew Stone Cold was going to win.
Yeah, he was a scene of that era.
Right. If you watched a Rock win a fight, you weren't really sure.
True.
Because he
never thought about that.
Yeah, because he could beat Stone Cold. He could beat Stone Cold. He didn't beat him alive, but he could beat him. He was that guy where he could hang with him. He was Edge. He could beat you, but if he lost, you understood.
Pretty much.
Plus, I noticed this. Stone Cold only really fought main eventers, sometimes some lower card guys. Rock fought everybody.
Yeah, but that's why I like The Rock, because I think The Rock didn't mind.
Yeah, he didn't mind. Like, I was watching the match. He's fighting RVD. I was like, what?
Listen, RVD is that dude. Don't talk about my guy, all right?
No, it was just weird because it was like in the middle of the card. I was like, that's so random.
Oh, yeah, that is random.
That's like right now, Roman Reigns fighting at like the middle of the card against, I don't know, the Drifter. I'm just confused.
Look, yeah, that would confuse the hell out of me.
Look, that was a shot at Finn. I'm sorry about that, but man ain't doing nothing. I don't know what they doing with him.
I can't even talk about that because that makes me so sad. What's happening to Finn?
Dude, they're just gonna throw him in a tag team with Dean. It looks like
that's not doing him no favors. I'm sorry, Dean is not helping anybody's career.
He really isn't. And the thing that's hurting both of them, to be honest, hurting Dean and Ambrose is, as much as you like Finn, he does not fit in the picture right now of the world title. Those monsters. Look. Roman, he's beating Roman. I can totally get that. Joe, 50-50 because they have traded wins and losses.
Yeah.
I don't think they can book it believable him beating Braun. Like I don't see that being believable.
That's the thing I hate about when it's like those big guys, because like you got guys like Finn and AJ, and it's like I don't know if you are gonna look believable by beating up a Braun Strowman. Right. And it's only because of his size, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we had Rey Mysterio on Big Show back in the day, but it's just completely different now. The way they book these guys is like almost like the big guys are untouchable, so it's not gonna be believable.
Exactly, and I'm worried about him going after the world title with Brock holding it, because Brock essentially beat Joe in 6 minutes.
Brock is gonna toss his ass, but Finn has moves that could fuck Brock up. You know what I'm saying? Like he could bring the fight to Brock because of his moveset.
As long as he can take more than one miserable F5.
Yeah, I mean, they messed up when they had Joe lose to one F5. So if it takes 2 to take out Finn, you're gonna be like, what?
Exactly, especially with Joe whooping that ass the whole fight.
Right, like
he was whooping his ass that whole fight.
I wish Joe would have won, but if they give us that fatal 4-way on top of that, then it's completely worth it.
It is. I'm well documented. As soon as he lost that one F5, I was mad. I was like, I'm over this feud, because like that was a dream match, man. Never before, never. And
right?
Y'all gonna make it 5 minutes? 5 minutes?
They be messing up.
Brock can't go no more, but push the man, because look, the longest. This is now officially, by the way, his longest match in the last like year and a half since Undertaker.
Was this one?
Yes, because like at WrestleMania, his match was 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Wow, that's so sad.
Yeah, people are like, that match was great. It was great, but it was 4 minutes. it was literally.
The match with him and Goldberg was not great.
Hey, a lot of people say it was fantastic.
I don't know what they was watching.
I will say the one thing. One move that did make me pop a little bit is when Goldberg speared him. Brock was not ready.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't great. You know, it was good for what it was.
You know what's sad? People are like, that's Brock's best match he's had in years. It probably is.
That's a sad shame right there.
Your best match is 4 minutes long.
What does that say?
You know, that's the weird thing. SmackDown is like, where you got all the, the good wrestlers. And Raw has good wrestlers too, but SmackDown's main event scene has all different shapes and sizes. Mm-hmm. Like the land of the giants.
No, that's a fact. That's what I don't like Raw.
Because like we got Braun, 7 foot tall, huge. Roman, who's Superman essentially. Joe, who's a monster in his own right, and Brock, who's been called a beast his entire career. And Dean ain't stepping nobody. Seth is about the most believable of the smaller guys, but still.
I mean, yeah, probably Seth. I love Seth.
Yep, but in all, we'll come back and talk about Roman Reigns a little bit later, because we got off topic. We were talking about things around Roman, and that helps to his character and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, would you like to spin us out? Tell us who you are.
All right, guys. This is Haven Rain. You can find me on YouTube at Haven Rain. Also, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, Haven_Rain. It'll be in the description box below.
Bam. And I am Jason on the Comic Jaunt. It'll be in the bottom below. I don't got to really spell it out. We are on Podbean, iTunes, Google Play. I was about to say Snapchat. I don't know where I was going to go.
Wow.
Anyway, And tune in by now. It should be on tune in by now. And yes. And this has been As the Heels Turns. Any final sayings, champ?
What?
I was trying to put you on the spot and see if you had a final saying about Roman.
Oh, my fault. Roman is about to be the greatest of all time one day. Fight me.
GOAT. Not the
fight
GOAT.
Me. Yup. Fight me.
Oh, she said the GOAT. You mean above Brock? I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
Well, who?
Who?
Not that guy.
We'll see y'all wonderful people later.
Laters.
All right, all I need to do is say that last thing at the end there, and then we're good. And you can go on and hang out.
Welcome. I have to say welcome, right?
Yeah. Welcome to the Comic Jaunt, all that good stuff. Yeah.
All right.
3.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, and go.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Comic Jaunt. We are a part of the lovely BSN Podcast Network. I don't know what else to say.
That's it. That's good. I don't know. I was sitting there like, man, I should have asked something else to say. Oh, well.
Okay.
That's all he wanted, so.
Hey.
But no, I'll let you go and go ahead and hang out and have a good time.